My new stepmom is younger than me. Well, this weekend my dad married his girlfriend. My parents got divorced over my dad cheating with her. I'm 24 and my new stepmom is 20. So there's that. And I'm not sure what exactly I'm feeling right now. Does she have a dad? Fight fire with fire. I just got a promotion. The bathroom at my new office has seaside prevention coat hooks. So, what happened to the person whose position you filled? They had to unfortunately cut him loose. Just go race and see who races faster. Cake. Leaders started stabbing each other over argument about who's the most recess. Clash of Clans. Why I never trust a mother ducker who drinks milk. I love how milk has become the universal symbol of true evil and psychopathy in film, because it's both valid and correct. You'll just think milk is for psychopaths, because your dad never came back with it. Off topic, is it Batmans or Batmen? Common misconception, a group of Batmen is actually called an orphanage. There's something about Mr. Beast that we don't know. Can't quite put my hands on it. I know. 8.55 inches long, 3.75 inches wide, uncut. Curves slightly to the left. Tip is F7BFD3 pink. Shaft is a creamy brown. 4 distinct veins with the longest ranging from the base to the tip on the middle right side. Excretion is macaroon cream and yeast shrimp, but not clean shaven. I've got some free time today, so ask me some questions, and I'll answer as many as I can, guys. If you were 2 inches in your mum, and your dad was 2 inches in you, would you go forward to get your dad out of you, or go backward to get out of your mum? In a few hours, the 8 billionth person will be born. Current world population: 7,999,738,177. Not if the existing number were to go down by hundreds of thousands in an instant for some unforeseen reason. Just found out my crush of 7 years is gay. How do I cope? Find someone older. 7 is pretty young to know their sexual orientation. No, I mean I've been liking him for 7 years. Ayo, so you liked him since he was a newborn? Let's ducking GOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO Topple. Sarmat. Minutman, wake the duck up. It's time. Ducking 80 years. I've waited for 80 years. Yes. Oh my god, it's happening. It's finally happening. Username checks out, I am a row. Number 1 China Lake GL fan. Curtis Hayes, mayor of a town in Tennessee, signed a proclamation declaring April Confederate History Month in the city. Redneck Brazzers. KFC has apologized for accidentally sending a push alert to its app users in Germany that appeared to urge people to order food to commemorate the 84th anniversary of Kristallnacht, when Nazis terrorized Jews throughout Germany and Austria. KFC apologizes for app alert urging orders for Kristallnacht. Let KFC be the final solution for your dinner plans. What's a random fact you know? Baby oil isn't made of babies. Well shut. This takes all the fun out of masturbating now. I drank my best friend's best milk. I, 19 male, was out on a hike with my friend 20 female, who has a 1-year-old that she best feeds, when my blood sugar became dangerously low. I knew I was gonna pass out, because I'm prone to it, and we had no food on us to stabilize my levels, because we didn't want to attract animals, plus I haven't fainted in a while, so I wasn't worried about it. My friend essentially bested me for like a minute, to keep me from passing out, so we could hike back to the car. I think you're taking true off my chest a tiny bit too literally. Oh no, best friend, I'm gonna pass out. Oh no, please help. Step best friend, what are you doing? Committing suicide isn't a chime. Actually it still is a chime in like 20 countries. Dealt penalty. Does anyone actually know what you're supposed to do when people are singing happy birthday to you? Yes. Sit there awkwardly. I usually masturbate. What can you say during sex, but also at a family dinner? I'm about to cram inside of my dog LMFAO. What's a fun not safe for work history fact? Julius Caesar had sex with many women, including the mothers, sisters, and wives of anyone who insulted him. And while he was on trial for his involvement in the Catiline conspiracy, he got a letter. Cato saw this and wanted to know what it was, but Caesar refused. Cato insisted, and so Caesar read. It was a letter from Cato's sister about all the things she wanted him to do to her. To add to this, he also had sex with many men. There was a saying, Caesar is a man to every woman, and a woman to every man. For instance, Caesar was a top to any woman and a bottom to any man. He seized every opportunity he got. He died as he lived, with several men thrusting into him. I remember discovering my BS stink in my early teens and thinking, oh duck, I'm going to be a serial killer. It wasn't until later that I realized it meant I liked really stinky slacks. Liking BSD doesn't mean you can't be a serial killer. It's never too late to follow your dreams. But the protesters and the tanks, and they were getting shot, and there was blood, and be the reason they hate an astrological sign. Now Candace, you can go back to playing pretend while I go finish this pie. I was crying on someone's arms, and the guy got in direction. Morning wood. This is the greatest comment here. Got a dunner from laughing at this. Driving 35 in a 30 zone. That isn't a chime, it's normal. Yeah, but when I did it, the police were all like, you're under arrest and you just ran over a 4-year-old. I got my first period during Shrek 2 live in theaters, which means I entered Shrek 2 a child and left a woman. American Navy, oh thank God he's out of ammo. Japanese pilot. What is something you could say both at dinner and during sex? Time to put a load in the dishwasher. She went out to prom with me. Her parents said she really likes me. We went out to dinner together multiple times. We snuggle with each other at night. But in the end I still got rejected. Honestly, I don't even know what hints are anymore. I have decided I don't need a girlfriend. Since I have a dog, I don't know what to do with the personalized mugs I was gonna give her, so are into the shelf they go. Hey man, I got a better idea. If her parents, mother, really liked you, then go for her mother. If she rejects you for another, you should go for her mother. Banks, after they learn it's illegal to force someone else to pay a dead person's debt, I say we get an old guy who is about to go, give him all our debt, and when he's gone, so is all the debt. Tada. You just invented Christianity. Restaurant date. Waiter, hey guys, looks at me. Oh shut, SpongeBob, is that you? Date, SpongeBob, me, yeah. It was a nickname in college cause. Waiter, cause he was inside a pineapple. Me. Date. Waiter, just humping motion. Duck the shut out at that thing. How ya been man? Wouldn't that burn? Like a lot. Like a really ducking lot. Pineapple juice is extremely corrosive, particularly to proteins. Wouldn't wanna leave any of that under the foreseen. Suit yourself. I like it when my nut sizzles. Jesus. Ellen DeGeneres' brother defends talk show host for supporting Kevin Hart. I've never seen a family with a stronger PE teacher gene. What did you think only rich people could afford until you realized you were just broke growing up? Orange juice. As a kid, I vowed to be able to afford as much orange juice as I wanted when I got older. Started working in high school and used my first paycheck to buy a gallon of orange juice. I drank it all in one day and got horrible diarrhea. That was the scurvy leaving your body. Bullshit, lies, dog shit, poor quality, bad shit, illogical, ape shit, frighteningly aggressive, horse shit, unfair, chicken shit, cowardly, bear shit, location based and obvious. You forgot bed shit equals Amber Heard. What's a subtle way of showing someone you respect them? Not trying to have sex with their wife. The UK police uses incident screens to bulk the view of traffic accidents on the highway in an attempt to reduce rubbernecking delays. Bad idea. Now I have to stop my car, holding up more traffic, get out of my car, walk around the screen, or get my trampoline out so I can jump high enough to see the splatter pattern and the crushed bodies. Driving past it at 5 km/h would have been far better for everybody really. He's a bad dragon. Just make sure you don't Google that. Well, now I have to do it. I failed too, but I've discovered I've been gifted with the ability of cram bending. Excuse me, what? I can manipulate cram as I like. No ballsack is safe. The adult film industry would like to have a few words with you, sir. Mop, can we get a mouse pad? We have a mouse pad at home. Mouse pad at home. Hey, where is Remy? I always chuckle when I see 6x99. You must be a bit special in your brain to choose a name that reads 6699 when you read it correctly. Bro, I still don't know how to pronounce sensation. I heard he was pronounced dead. You did a great job, sir. This woman stole 5 eggs to feed her kids. Instead of arresting her, Tarrant police officer William Stacy brought her a truckload of groceries. Why is her baby on the floor playing with chemicals? There's PO inside of you always. I had a CT scan one time, and there were lots of darts in there as well. Darts are just the screams of trapped PO. Lil not be good age / select / location sometimes. Oh, you like those little smokers and Vienna sausages, lol. Well, don't come to Louisiana cause we have heat links and big bad in nuts. How you know what other men got? I have 2 employees that usually leave work at 6 p.m. They are good, but I don't like that their commitment lasts for work hours only. What should I do as a CEO? You should copy and paste this complaint into a table in Microsoft Word 2007. Print it double-sided in landscape mode, fold it in half 8 times, soak it in olive oil, and shove it up your ace. I would go to Paris 1940s. If you had the chance to time travel, where will you go? Ah, hell nah. Someone opened my cram trunk. Everything wasted. Did you duck her? I had to. She said her catty better than yours, babe. I couldn't let her say shut like that and get away with it. I had to be your man and defend you. The whole time we was ducking I was calling her a liar for saying her catty better when it wasn't. Same but with my sister. When your Grindr date comes over to watch some movies and see what happens, and you bend over to put the DVD in, and you're being extra, as shut sticking your ace out and you hear, Donham, and you look over to give him the look and find out he's watching Fortnite replays on his phone. This sounds way too specific to be a meme, and more of a confession of a sin. Happy Feet Origins. Feet starts checking off. Please rope up. Bondage starts checking off harder. Please shut the duck up. I'm not religious. I was invited to a friend's house for Thanksgiving, Canada. When asked if I wanted to say grace at dinner, I politely declined. Awkward evening ensued. Since then I've been ghosted by my friend and his family completely, except for a text informing me I'm ignorant and ungrateful. Aside from cutting him out of my life completely, I've known him since I was 3. What should I do about this? I'm religious and would have said no, just because I don't like being put on the spot. Memo to those hosting: do not ask a guest to say grace unless the guest happens to be a pastor. As a religious person myself, I live in fear of being the person who is voluntold to say grace. Don't fear it, embrace it. Dear Almighty Lord Satan, you'll never be asked again. Ash has become world champion after 25-year-long journey. 25 years of no rings and 0 catty. Goddamn. Sounds like my life. He won the Alalan Championship, the generation before this generation. So looks like 0 ring and catty champ is your title alone, bro. I'm sorry. You bump into the president on the street. What do? Hold my kid tightly. My girlfriend's mad at me. I think it's because I was sniffing her sister's underwear. I don't know if it's because she was wearing them or because it was in front of her family, but the whole rest of the funeral was weird. Jesus Christ, I didn't expect this to blow up. Neither did Ms. Puff. What's your routine after you've just cheeked off? Leave the graveyard. Just trim so it doesn't feel like we are flossing when we snap your cooking balls. Pulling a 2-inch pube out of your mouth is a surefire way to kill the mood, especially for the dentist. I hate when my hairy balls get stuck in my dentist's mouth. What do you think about the Mario movie basically being confirmed as a musical? Jack Back teases that Super Mario Bros. Bowser may have musical number. When asked if Toad shows off his singing chops in the animated movie, Key said, "He does. I got to improvise a song in Super Mario Bros., which was an absolute blast. That was just a stick of fun. That whole thing. He sings Duck Her Gently about Peach." Chiropractor cricks dog's neck. "I did this to my dog. He is so relaxed that he has been lying still for 2 days now." Rule. Hey. Do you mind cooling it with the drone strikes? I'm sorry. Do you want the elephant to come back here and start eradicating civil rights? No. Then shut up. Isn't this the guy who drew this donkey getting a ring job from a McDonald's employee? The most upsetting thing I've seen in a while. We rented a house with a carpeted bathroom. It got wet and mushrooms started growing in it. We had to pick them every morning. Free breakfast? Sign me up. Dear God. Sarada. I guess this is the part where I give you head. A minor problem. What was your smoothest pickup line? Get your coat. It's cold in the boot of my car. Sadly, this is probably true. The Japanese were absolutely ruthless back during Imperial Japan. Then USA dropped the sun on them a few times. Now they make anime. 8 fetuses found in abdomen of 21-day-old baby in Ranchi in rare case. Real life Russian doll. Nobody an atheist when the car starts hydroplaning. I was hospitalized for 11 days with pneumonia. 2 months later. Massive brain bleed. 2 months later. 2 massive. 1 month later. ICU for 4 days cause of them. Next week started a series of strokes. 5+. Over 10 months. Had answer surgery same time. Never once turned to God. Damn nig, maybe you should. Looks like the first images of Ratatoskr are finally public. I voiced him, helped write his dialogue, and did the motion capture. Looking forward to people finally getting to play God of War. Ragnarok soon at Sony Santa Monica. How'd they mocap the tail? The actor performed backwards with a raging hard-on. Why? Rule. Why balls have a stitch line? That's where the elves sew your balls together when they make you in the people making factory. Parents of Reddit, what is the most unsettling thing you have heard/seen your child do? My son walked into the room butt-naked holding a pair of scissors and asked why his younger sister didn't have a pens. He never explicitly said he was thinking of performing surgery on himself, but we kept a close eye on him for a few weeks and hid all the scissors. I wish her the best. I'm more concerned about her health, and I'm glad she's alive because she's young and looks like a nice person and loving daughter to her dad, but those are some amazing bobs. Person.eggs. Person.zip. Person.jar. So to get to zip and jar, you need to secute a person. So end process. What show has no likable characters? Caillou. The premise of that abomination has got to be, how can we make the audience of a kids show root for answer? No one. Girls in hint. My mom heard my vibing Thor. Help 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 help. Maybe you shouldn't have used it in the living room. During a family meeting. With your whole family sitting around you. Right next to your grandpa that's helping. Potatoes. Agreed. Mash M. Boil M. Put M in my ace. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, I bet your reindeer bum is tight. Then all the reindeer loved him. As they moaned out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down on Santa's peen. Like Pinocchio. Well, there's another one of my childhood memories ruined by the internet. What's the worst Slex you've ever had? One time she was dirty talking to me and said you're going to end up in a hospice and die alone. The mood was absolutely ruined and I left. Never spoke to her again. Find single Ukrainian ladies. We help you successfully date online and create a strong relationship. It's just a regular dating ad. But why has there been so many from Ukraine lately? Realization. OMG, that's so ducked. Not going to be nearly as ducked when the Russian soldiers get their hands on her. Perfectly head height for slurping the tasty nectar within. 38% of Americans say they'd give up sex for a year to be able to travel again. A year. Amateurs, they should be fat and ugly like me. A year is nothing. Father and daughter going to a baseball game. And this happening. Your honey ate jots. Fashion. Looks like my little sister's wetsuit after she passed in it. My ex-girlfriend didn't like Keanu cause she said his general demeanor gave her the creeps. She liked him in The Matrix though. Guess that's why she's your ex then. No, she's my ex because she was arrested for manslaughter after hitting and fatally wounding 3 people with her car, one of which was a minor. That went from 0 to 999 real fast. Imagine delivering a pizza and Iraq gives you cash at the door while 3 others drag the pizza inside. Radiation causes answer. More radiation kills answer. Targeted radiation kills answer. They literally put gold in your prostate for that. They what now? I've been treasuring hunting at the beach when I should been at the answer ward. You can become perfectly fluent in a language by hearing it once. Okay, so I'm Margot, listen to dogs barking then they can consent. What are the advantages of being a girl? Your pens doesn't bleed every single month. They fall off, not bleed. Unless you're some weird mutation. Or I'm a weird mutation. My pens falls off every month and I have to grow it back. I called my cat a catty. He didn't seem very offended. Hope you didn't duck it afterwards. Mosquitoes nowadays be pulling down ya socks to bite you. Like how the duck did disappear on my ankle. Wish they would pull down my pants and. Theoretical mathematicians patting each other on the back while creating no material value to society. Single moms doing the same. Mama Mianig. Hey, you steal my banana? Ain't no way, the monkey talking. Damn, that kind of got me in my feelings. They didn't even mention our school shootings. How could he forget the national sport? All the other kids with the pumped up kicks. You better run. Better run. I'm honestly shocked that he didn't do a contacting George Floyd's ghost via Roy G aboard at 3 AM video. National Federation of Blind calls out Jerry Jones for harmful blind ref Halloween costume. Someone must have told them to be offended. What should be illegal to put ketchup on? I'd say dead bodies, but only if it's plural. One is okay. Looking at you, my pens does tend to shrink. What if it's visibly rock hard and throbbing though? Put it in their rear. Assert dominance. Oral sex. You gotta use protection though. Otherwise, you might get hearing aids. 1.20. Backrooms and recess update. Why recess? Why not? Understandable, have a nice day. Doesn't matter the size. Cat, it's cat. You put the breakfast outside the display window. I tried shaving my balls and I think I decapitated my pens. It actually hurts so ducking much. Please someone tell me what to do. Yo, now you can get the record for NNN. Yo bro, who got you smiling? Imagine you're just chilling in your home and it explodes out of nowhere. Ukraine moment. We made this. How do you like it? Perfect. Not undercooked and also not burned. A perfectly balanced meal. I mean pup. Definitely pup. After further investigation with our team that closely examined the image, it appears to be an accumulation of the cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended. We assure you that there's no possibility of cross-contamination with shrimp. Okay, we'll after further investigation with my eyes. These are cinnamon coated shrimp tails, you weirdos. Gamers meet in real life at bedside of terminally ill friend. We go together. Doctor, nah, they just waiting so they can take his loot. Reason why you like small girls is to compensate for your small nut. Liking small girls because it's easier to head pat them. I like small girls because they're easier to keep in the basement. I repopulated into a jug every day. I kept the jug in a fridge. After a little over 2 years the jug was full. I warmed it up in a pot and then I sat neat in the tub and I dumped the pot of warm semen over myself. I rolled around in it in the tub and lay curled up in it. It was the best day of my life. I'm about halfway through filling up jug 2. Trying to do it quicker, but it takes time. What a terrible day to be literature. What's your opinion on the death penalty? I would like it. Maybe someday. I have a lot to do tomorrow. Don't. You can die. Doubt it. What is something beloved from the 90s that no longer exists? Grandma. Okay Reddit, what are your thoughts on the 5-second rule? I'm totally for it. If I lasted 5 seconds or longer and counts as full enter curse. The phrase one man's trash is another man's treasure is nice, but a horrible way to find out you're adopted. Guinea pig to become father to 400 after breaking into female enclosure. Good. They still think it was a guinea pig. Bro. More young women choosing dogs over motherhood. Chinese people got dog in them for real for real. My kids. Totally unique. Priceless. But also kind of worthless when you think about it. They are most certainly worth something. People buy kids all the time. What are the signs that someone is not a good friend? They wipe their crummy pens off on your clothing. Story time. I like to wipe my crummy pay on my friends' cloths when they are not looking or around. I'm a bad friend. I shot him. Guys, if you're gonna hit on taken women, come strapped. Remember the first rule of the dating game. Stay strapped or get clapped. Does German Scrabble have umlauts? It does indeed. Fun fact. While German Scrabble has umlauts, it does not have the letter B, which is instead substituted by SS. I see the game is in dire need of an update. Most Germans I know aren't a fan of the SS. Wedding parties should have a worse man too. Like here's my best man, Scott, my brother Mike, my friends Richie and Dave Cactus, and then Derek who I assume is going to get wasted and fight the cake. I have heard that the best man originally meant the man who was best at sword fighting. So, yeah, trying to fight the cake still fits. So, the worst man would be the one who loses in his fight with the cake? In Soviet Russia, cake eat you. What are the advantages of being a girl? Free self-eated stress balls. Hey, we have those too. Holla up. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now get ready for Walter White on his last flight.